Hello friends, welcome back. This is Amit from Magnet, and today we are going to create this nice environment scene inside Unreal Engine 5.7.1. So first take a look what we are going to create today. And before we start, if you are new to this channel, I recommend you to check my videos, and if you find those videos useful, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. And here I like to shout out for all those people who has already joined me as a member. So if you really want to support me, you can also join me as a member. So let's get started. So first I'm going to open my Unreal Engine. Then I go to the new project, and under this games preset, I choose the third person template, and here I name my project as tutorial and click on this create. And after launch my engine, first I go to the file, go to the new level, and I choose the empty level here and hit create. And now we're going to first set up our lighting. So we go to the window and go to the environment light mixer and click on this create skylight, create directional light, create sky atmosphere, create volumetric cloud, and create height fog. Then we go down here and I choose the volumetric fog here. Then we close this window, and now we're going to create the landscape. And we're going to use a height map to create our landscape. So first we're going to download a height map from Fab Marketplace. So I go to the window and click on this Fab. So this is the height map pack that we are going to use. So just click on this add to project. And here from we can select the highest possible version, which is the 5.5. And just click on this add to project. And after download, you can get this folder. And inside this folder, we get this example folder. Just double click to open. And here from you can get so many height maps. So maybe we're going to use this one. And in order to use this height map, first we're going to export this. So we just right click and go to the asset action and click on this export. And we click save. So this is the height map that we just exported. And now we're going to use this height map to create our landscape. So again, we go to our engine. Then we go to the selection mode and we select this landscape mode here. And then we click on this import from file. Then we click on this three dot option and we select our exported height map. So here is the height map. Just select this one and click on this open. And now you can see that this is our height map that create this landscape. Then we go down and we go to this number of components. We're going to decrease the numbers. So we put 16 over here and then click on this import. So as you can see that this is our landscape and it look really amazing. Then we go back to our selection mode and now we're going to reposition it. So first we're going to find our grid here. So you can see that this is the grid line. And now we're going to make the basement of our landscape to this height. So we select our landscape and we go to the location and we go to the Z axis. And I find 25,000 is a nice value. So we put 25,000 over here. So if you come over here, you can see that this is the grid line and this is our landscape. So this is how we can create this kind of landscape very easily by using the height map here. And now we're going to put a material on it. So for this, again, we're going to download an auto material for our landscape. So for the landscape material, I'm going to use this MW landscape auto material, and which is absolutely free. Just click on this add to project. And after download, you can find this MW landscape auto material folder. And inside this folder, we have this materials folder. Just double click to open. And then we go to this landscape folder and we're going to use the second one. So first we're going to select our landscape from our viewport. Then we go to the details panel and we go down And here you can find this option called this landscape material slot. So we just drag this material to this slot here. And instantly you can get this kind of nice material for our landscape. But we don't want this kind of dark material over here. So we're going to adjust our landscape material. So we're going to open our landscape material by double clicking over here. Then we go to this grass option and click on this drop down menu. And here you can get this option called this MW grass max world position. And we're going to increase the value. So we're going to increase it. And now you can get this kind of nice grass landscape here. But we don't want this kind of grasses over here. So in order to rid of those grasses, first we're going to save our settings and close this window. Then we go to this MW landscape auto material folder. Then we go to this procedurals folder. And we're going to open this grass material function. Just double click to open. And here we go to this grass varieties option. And we're going to delete those grasses by clicking over here. Okay. So in that way, we can get rid of those grasses here. So now if we look from here, you can see that our landscape look like this. Okay. So first we're going to save this one and we close this window. And now we will duplicate our landscape multiple times to fill those areas here. So we go to the outliner section and go to the landscape, right click on it, go to the edit and click on this duplicate. So this is the landscape 2 and we're going to drag this over here. And we're going to place it here. Okay. And also we're going to duplicate it one more time. So again, we click on it. Okay. So now you can see that we get this kind of large landscape system here. So if you want to know the actual size, we can start playing from here. So you just right click and click on this play from here. So now you can see that how large our landscape is. So it's a very huge landscape and it looks really amazing. Okay. So back from this game mode. Okay. And now we're going to put a mannequin to our landscape so we can understand the actual size. So we go to this characters folder, go to the mannequins folder, go to the mesh and put a mannequin over here. Okay. And now we're going to make a lake over here. So for the lake, we go to the landscape mode again. So we go to the selection mode, go to the landscape. And here we're going to create our lake here. Okay. So maybe we start from here. So we select the sculpt tool here and come over here. And we press and hold the shift key on the keyboard. And then just click to go downward here. Okay, just like that. And also we're going to smoothen up the edges. So we go to the smooth tool here and we're going to smooth this edge here. And also we select the flatten tool here. Okay, so this is our lake area. So again, we go back to our landscape mode. So we go to this drop down menu and select the selection mode. And one thing you have also noticed that we get this kind of small rocks here. And as you can see that the small rocks are disappear in certain distance here. So in order to rid of those rocks, again, we go to this material function. So we go to this MW landscape auto material folder. Then we go to this procedurals folder. And we selected this stone material function. Just double click to open. And again, we're going to delete those stone varieties. So just delete this one and save this. Also close this window. And now we're going to create the water here. So for the water material, I'm going to download a asset pack from Epic Game Marketplace. And for the water material, I'm going to download these dark green megascan samples. Just click on this create project. And here from you can choose the location where you want to download this and just click on this create. So after download, you can find this dark green megascan sample and this is the project file. So we're going to open this. But before we open this project file, we're going to close our running project. So we go to this Unreal Engine again and we're going to close this project. Just close. And we save our progresses. And also we save our level and we name it as a tutorial and then save. And now we're going to open this dark ruin megascan sample project. So this is the dark ruin megascan sample. And from this project, we're going to migrate this water material. So first we select this water material or this water plane. Then we go to the details panel and we go to this material and just click on this find switch. So here is the water material and we're going to migrate all these materials. So first we go to this materials folder and we right click on this and click on this migrate. And we click OK. And then we're going to select our actual project. So this is our actual project directory, which is called this tutorial. And we select this content folder and just click on this select folder. And after this water material, we're going to migrate some other assets. So let's see. So here you can see some of this nice fish net here. So maybe select this one. Then we go to the details panel and we locate this asset by clicking over here. And here from we can select both of these fish net and then right click and click on this asset action. Click on this migrate and save this. Click on this OK. And then again we select this content folder from our actual project, which is called this tutorial, and click on this select folder and also click on this apply all and then click on this yes. And then also let's find some other assets. So maybe we come over here and maybe we select this one. And in order to find this asset to this content browser, right click on it, click on this browse to asset. So here it is, just right click, go to this asset action, click on this migrate, save this selection, click OK. Again we go to this content folder and click on this select folder, apply to all, click on this yes. So we get some of the necessary asset from this project. And now we close this project and then we're going to reopen our actual project, which is called this tutorial. And after launch, we're going to reopen our level. So we go to this content folder and open our level, which is called this tutorial. And now we're going to create this lake. So for this, first we go to this box option and we go to the shapes and we create a plane. Then we're going to place the plane over here and we're going to increase the scale of this plane. So we go to this details panel, go to the scale and we click on this uniform scale switch. Then we're going to increase the scale. So we put 200 here. Then we're going to reposition this plane. Or we can increase the scale a little bit more. So we're going to put 400 here. And now we're going to put the material on this. So for this, we go to this content browser and we go down and here you can find this folder called this materials. Just go to this folder, then we go to this custom folder and here you can get those water material. So maybe use this one, so drag and drop it on this plane here. So now you can see that our lake look like this. And now we're going to change some settings to this material. So we double click to open this material from here and we go to this option called the single layer water parameters. Just expand this. First we go to this anisotropy and we're going to increase the value to 1. Okay. Then we go to this water absorption intensity. We're going to decrease the value. So we can get this kind of nice clear water here. And also we go to this absorption color, go to this color wheel and we're going to change the absorption color from here. Okay. And hit OK. And now you can see that our water look like this kind of nice clear water here. Okay. So we're going to save our settings from here. And now we're going to put the trees here. So for the trees, again, I'm going to download a tree pack from Fab Marketplace. And for the trees, I'm going to use this tree pack. So I'm going to add this to my project. And after download, you can get this folder. Just click on it. And in order to visualize all this tree in a single place, we click on the static mesh. So these are all the trees here. So first we're going to convert them into a nanite mesh. So we're going to select them all. So we're going to select the first one. Then we go down. And then press and hold the shift key and just click on it to select all those trees here. Then right click. Go to the nanite. And click on this enable nanite. And after converting them into a nanite mesh, we're going to convert them as a voxel. So we're going to select one of them. Then just double click to open. Then we go down here. And here you can find this option called this shape preservation. We go to this drop down menu and we click on this voxelize. And when we select this voxelize, we get this warning message and it says we have to enable the nanite foliage. So for this, we go to this edit, then we go to this project settings, and in the search bar we type for nanite foliage, and here you can find this option called this nanite foliage. Just enable it from here, and after enable the nanite foliage we have to restart our engine. So just click on this restart now, and we have to save our progresses. And after restart, we close this project settings bar, and then again we disable the static mesh filter. And one thing, if you not have these filters over here, go to this 3-line option, and here from you can enable any filters if you want. So we enable the static mesh filter and also skeleton mesh filter and blueprint class filter from here. And now we're going to reopen our level again. So we go to this content folder, then we go down and open the level from here. And then we go to the tree folder. So this is the folder, just double click to open and enable the static mesh filter. Then again we open this tree, just double click to open, and we go down here and go to the shape preservation option, go to the drop down menu and enable the voxelize. Then click on this apply changes, and then we have to do the same process to all these trees here. So just close this one. Okay, so I have enabled voxel for all these trees as well as those small plants here. And now we're going to populate them here. And in order to populate those trees over here, I'm going to use the PCG system. So in 5.7.1 version, the PCG system is very easy. So first, we're going to enable the PCG plugin for our project. So for this, we go to the edit, then we go to the plugins, and in the search bar, we type for PCG. And here you can find this plugin for this PCG. So we're going to enable this one. And then again, we have to restart our engine. And after restart, we're going to close this plugin bar and reopen our level. And now we're going to populate those trees over here. So for this, we're going to use the PCG system. And before we do the PCG system, we're going to deselect all of this asset here. So for this, we go into outliner section and we go to this tutorial and just collapse it by clicking here, and then just click outside of here. So we can make sure that we don't select any assets from here. Okay. Then we go to the selection mode button here, and we have this PCG option here. Just click on it. Then we're going to select this option called this draw spline surface. Just click on it, and now we're going to draw the spline over here. So we just click, and then do not release the click. Just drag your mouse to make this kind of nice close spline here. Okay. And then just release the click. Okay. Then just click on this accept. Okay. Then again we go to this draw spline surface, and now we're going to put the trees over here. So we go to the content browser, then we go down, and here is our tree folder. Then we go to the filters and enable the static mesh filter. So these are the trees that we're going to use over here. So for this, we go to the spawning tab and we expand this spawning tab here, and we're going to use the static mesh. So we select the static mesh from here, just click on it, and then we're going to add some static mesh over here. So for this, we go to this plus switch, and here is the static mesh slot. So we just drag this tree and place it here. Okay, and instantly you can see that we spawn those trees to this area here. And also we're going to put some variations. So for this, we go to the static mesh option again and click on this plus switch, and also we collapse this one and just go to this index 1, and maybe we're going to use this one. So just drag and drop it over here and do the same thing for other trees here. Okay, so as you can see that we put 9 variants of these trees over here. Okay, so again we collapse this one, and then we're going to put some randomization to our trees here. So for this, we go to this random transform, and first we're going to make some room over here. And here you can see this option called this random position offset minimum and the random position offset maximum. So we activate those options, and we're going to randomize the position from minimum to maximum according to this x-axis and the y-axis here. So from this minimum offset, we're going to put the value of -100 to the x-axis as well as to the -100 to the y-axis. And then we go to this random position offset max, and also we go to this x-axis and put the value of +100, and then we go to this y-axis and put the value of +100. Okay, just like that. Then again we go to the rotation random minimum and maximum, activate those options, and here we're going to only rotate the z-axis here. So first we go to this minimum rotation randomness, and we put the value of minus 360. And then we go to the maximum rotation randomness and we go to the Z axis and we put positive 360. So in that way, the trees are rotated from minus 360 degree to 360 degree randomly. Okay, and then again we go to the scale randomness. We activate those scale random options here, and we go to the minimum scale. We put 0.5 here, and we go to the maximum scale. We going to put 1.2 here. Okay, so in that way we get this kind of nice randomness over here. And then also we go to the global transform, expand this, and here you can find this option called this edge fall of scale minimum. Okay, so in that way we get smaller scale to the edges here. So if we activate this option and we decrease the value, so maybe we can decrease it. So in that way we get smaller scale to the edges here. Okay, and when you're satisfied with the settings, just accept this one. And then we go back from our PCG mode to our selection mode. Okay, and now we're going to extend this area here. Okay, so how we do that? So we're going to select those PCG system here, and here you can get this spline system here. So now we're going to drag those spline points to extend the area. So just drag these spline points here, and as you can see that we get the extension here. But one thing you have noticed that our trees are intersect the ground here. So in order to fix that, we're going to just drag this axis, the Z axis of this spline point, just bring it a little bit higher here. And now you can see that our trees are aligned to the surface here. But one thing still you have noticed that some of these trees are intersect the ground. So how we can fix that? So for this, we're going to select our PCG system from here. Then we go to the selection mode and open PCG again. Then click on this draw spline surface and we go down here. And here you can find this option called this projections. Just expand this. And here you can find this option called this snap to surface. Just enable this option and also activate this. And also we have this option called this snap to surface maximum distance. Just enable this option and we're going to decrease the value. Okay, just like that. Okay, and when you're satisfied, just click on this accept. And also we go back to our selection mode. Okay, and now we're going to extend our spline area here. And also we're going to delete some of these points from here. Just click, just select this point and just press delete on keyboard. So we can delete those points here. And then we're going to select this point and we're going to drag this to here. So just drag it over here like this. And also we're going to put some extra points over here. So we just right click on it and click on this add spline points. And then we're going to drag it to the surface here. So we can match the alignment here. So now if we come over here and press G, and now you can see that our trees look very nice here. So maybe we can reposition our sun. So we press Ctrl and L and then we drag our mouse. And you can get this kind of nice result. Okay, and now we also extend our trees to here as well. So again we go over here and we select our trees and press G. Then we're going to extend the spline points here. Okay, so as you can see that how easily we can make this kind of nice foliage system by using the PCG here. And as you can see that this look really amazing here. Okay, so maybe we can also extend this area. So we select this one and press G, and also we select any spline point from here and we just extend it. Okay, so now as you can see that if we press G, now you can see that this look really amazing here. Okay, so maybe we can place our camera here, and maybe we can also change our directional light position here. Okay, and now we're going to put some ground vegetations here. So for this, again, I'm going to download a ground vegetation pack from Fab Marketplace. So for the ground vegetation, I'm going to use this pack called this plant pack, and it is a free pack. So just click on this add to project, and after download we get this plant pack over here. And again, first we're going to convert them into a nanite mesh. So we select all of them by pressing Ctrl A, then we right click on it, go to the nanite and click on this enable nanite. And now I'm going to use the same PCG process to scatter them to this landscape here. So for this, first I go to this outliner section and we collapse all of this from here and click outside here to make sure that we are not selecting any assets. Then I go to the selection mode and we select PCG. Then I click on this draw spline surface, and then I'm going to make a spline system over here. So I just make the spline here. Then I go to the spawning here and enable the static mesh. Click on this plus switch. And now again, I'm going to add some of these assets from here. So I'm going to use this one. Then again, click on this plus switch. And we put this one and so on. And then we're going to make some adjustment. So first we go to the sampling, then I enable this option here and we increase the value. Okay. And also we go to this point size option, enable this, and we decrease the value. So I put 20 here. Okay. And maybe we can increase the point per square meter also. Okay, just like that. Then we go down here, we go to this randomize option. First we enable this randomize offset, enable the minimum and the maximum, and we put the minimum value to -100 to the x-axis and the -100 to the y-axis. And also go to this randomize position max, and I put x-axis to 100 and y-axis to +100 here. Then I go to the rotation as well, enable this, and we put -360 to z-axis and +360 to z-axis maximum here. Then also we go to scale factor, enable the minimum scale, the maximum scale. We put minimum scale to 0.5 and maximum scale to 1 here. Okay. Then also we go up and we're going to increase the density a little bit. So we go to this point per square meter and increase the value here. And now we're going to increase the area of this. So again, first we're going to accept this. And then we're going to increase the area. So maybe we can back from this PCG mode to selection mode. Then we're going to select this and select any spline point here and just extend this. Okay, just like that. So maybe we select this point, delete this one, and then we select this one and just extend it like this. And maybe one thing we have to do, we can decrease the fog here. So we go to the outliner section and we search for our fog, and this is the exponential height fog, and we decrease the value here. Okay, just like that. And also we can create a camera for our scene. So we go to this box option here, go to the cinematic and create a scene camera actor. And also we can create a sequence for our scene. So we go to the sequencer tab and we click on this add label sequence. And then we're going to name our sequence as tutorial sequence, and we save this. And in this sequence, we're going to bring our camera and clear this search bar here. And we search for our camera. So here it is. And we bring our camera to our sequence here. Okay. And then also we reposition our camera. So we just reposition our camera like this. And then we're going to make some adjustment to our camera. So we select our camera component and we go to this current focal length and we decrease the value to 15 here. And then also I go to the details panel of this camera component. Then I go to the film back option and I go to the drop down menu and I select the 16:9 DSLR. Then also I go to the search bar and type for exposure, and then I go to exposure metering mode, enable this, and we go to the drop down menu and we select this manual preset. Then also I go to the exposure compensation and we increase the value to 10. And also we can change some settings to the camera later on, but for now it look nice. Okay, and now again we are going to extend our grass area here. So we select our grass PCG system and then we're going to increase the area here. So again we select any spline point and just extend this. And as you can see that it not snap with this ground. So we go to the selection mode and we go to the PCG system. Then you go to the draw spline surface and make sure that you select the PCG system that you want to change. And we go down here. And here you can find this option called this projection, and under this you can get this snap to surface option. Just enable this. And as you can see that we can snap with this ground here. Okay, then just click on this accept and we back to our selection mode, and then we're going to increase the area. So we can increase it like this, and also we can add the spline point as we required. Maybe we can go to this camera component and we decrease the current aperture value to brighten up the scene here. Okay. Then we do the same thing to extend the area here. Okay, so now as you can see that with these ground vegetations, it look more nice here. So maybe we can change our directional light position. So we press Ctrl and L, and if we change the directional light position, you can get this kind of nice view here. And one thing you have noticed that some of this area is less dense with these trees here. So one thing we can do that we can select our tree PCG system here. Then we go to the selection mode and go to the PCG. Then we click on this draw spline surface. And here from we can increase the tree density here. So we can activate this option which is called this points per square meter. And maybe we can increase the value. And you have noticed that the tree density is increasing drastically. So maybe we can decrease the value here. So I think 0.5 is little too much here. So maybe we can decrease the value to 0.2 here. Okay, so we get decent amount of trees over here. Okay, so when you're satisfied, just click on this accept and back to our selection mode. And also we can put some trees over here and there manually. So we go to this content browser, then we go down to this folder which is hold these trees here, and maybe we can put some of these trees over here and there manually. So maybe we can come over here and put this tree over here like this. Okay, so as you can see that how instantly we can make this kind of nice environment here. Okay, and now we're going to put some wooden hut over here. So for this, I have downloaded a hut model from CG Trader, and I'm also give the download link in the description below. So here is the model. So double click to open this folder and go to this export folder and go to the mesh folder. So I'm going to import the ABX file. Just double click to open this folder. So before we import this asset, first I go to this content browser and we're going to create a new folder. So we're going to uncheck the filters from here, and then we go to this content folder and we go to the add and create a new folder, and we name this as FBX. Then I open this folder, and again we're going to create a new folder. So just click on this add and click on this new folder, and we name this as hut. Then again we open this folder, and here we can import our hut model. So here it is. Just drag and drop it here, and we minimize this window, and we don't need to change anything. Just click on this import. So as you can see that we have successfully import all of these hut components here. So we're going to put the hut over here. So first we go over here and we're going to put the hut here. So we select the first component of this heart and then we go down and we select all of the components except those material here. So we press and hold the control key and just click on it to deselect the material, and then we're going to click on any asset and just drag it here. Okay, just like that. And before you do anything, we go to the outliner section, and here you can see that this heart is composite of so much of assets here. So we're going to put them into a folder to organize them. So when we select all of these assets, just click on this plus switch of this folder icon and we name it as a heart. Okay, and then also we right click on this heart folder and we go to the group option, just click on it. So we can make those assets into a group. So if we select this group only here, we can select all of this component here. And now if we move this group, you can move all of this component of this heart here. Okay. So first we're going to adjust the size of this heart. So the best way to adjust the size, we can put a mannequin over here so we can understand the actual size. So for this we go to this characters folder, go to the mannequins, go to the mesh, and we put a mannequin over here. So as you can see that our heart is too much big here. So we're going to decrease the scale. So we select the heart and we press R to get the scale gizmo. And we decrease the scale like this. And also we can disable all these snappings here, so we can scale it up or down freely like this. Then also we're going to place it down here. Maybe we can decrease the scale little bit more. Okay, I think the scale is right now. And maybe we can rotate it here. Okay, and one thing you have noticed that we don't have the texture of it. So we're going to download some texture from Fab Marketplace to make it look right. Okay, so for the texture, I go to the Fab Marketplace. So for the texture, I'm going to download some Quixel Megascans textures. So for the wood, I'm going to use this one. And for the roof, I'm going to use this one. So I have downloaded some texture from Fab Marketplace. So if I go to the Megascan folder under this Fab, and go to this filters and enable the material instance filter. So here are the materials that we have downloaded from Fab Marketplace. And now I'm going to use this material to this hut here. So maybe first we're going to put the roof here. So I'm going to use this one for the roof. So just drag this material over this roof here. And also use the same material over here. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to use this material over these beams here. And also use the same material to this gate here. And also we have this paint material, so you're going to use it to the wall here. Okay, so as you can see that we put the texture to this hut here and it look nice. And also you download some brick material for these chimneys here. So again I go to the Fab Marketplace. So I'm going to use this brick material for the chimney. Just click on this add to project. So here is the brick material and I'm going to use it to this chimney here. Okay, so as you can see that we completed the hut here and now we're going to reposition it to put it in a nice place. So maybe we can place it here and also we can duplicate it. So we press and hold the Alt key and just drag in axis to duplicate. And we're going to rotate this here, place it here like this. Okay. And also we can duplicate it one more time over here. Okay, so as you can see that I put this hut over here and now I'm going to download some assets from Fab Marketplace. So I'm going to download some of these ground assets from Fab Marketplace. So maybe we're going to use this one. So in order to download it very quickly, just click on it and then just drag it. and just release the click and it will download to your project. Okay, so I have downloaded some asset from Fab and I deselect the material instance filter here and I go to this Fab folder, then go to the Megascans folder, go to the 3D and we enable the static mesh filter. So here is all the assets. So maybe first I'm going to use this one. So we come over here and I'm going to use this one over here. Okay, so as you can see that I put these ground assets under this hut here, and as you can see that this look nice. And also we have other assets over here, so maybe we're going to use this one. And as you can see that it is quite large, so we're going to decrease its scale. And I'm going to use this one like here. Okay, so as you can see that I designed this ground area of this hut here, and now I'm going to put some vegetations over here. So first I'm going to extend those pine trees over here. So maybe we can select this species system and we press G to get these spline lines, and we're going to make a spline points over here. And we're going to extend these trees over here. And also we can extend these ground vegetations here. So we're going to select the spline points and just extend it like this. And now we're going to make a fencing system over here. So for this, we're going to download a fence from Fab Marketplace again. So for the fencing, I'm going to use this one. So this is the fence, and I'm going to use the PCC system to make the fencing here. So for this, again, I go to the outliner section and we collapse them all and click outside of this. Then we go to the mode button here and go to the PCG. And in this time, we're going to use the draw spline. So select this one. And we're going to draw the spline from here. So maybe we can start from here. And then just draw the spline here like this. Okay. And now I'm going to use this fencing mesh over here. So I go to this spawning and enable the static mesh. Go to the plus switch. And just drag this asset over here. Okay, so now you can see that it follow the spline lines here. So we're going to increase the value. So we go to the sampling and you go to the count, enable this one, and you increase the count. Okay, just like that. Okay, then just extract this one. And also we go back to our selection mode. And now we're going to refine this. So as you can see that there is some of these gaps here. So we select this and press G to go to the spline lines. And maybe we can adjust them. So maybe we can push it a little bit this side here. Maybe we can delete some of the spline points. Okay. So if we press G, you can get this kind of nice fencing system here. And also we can put some asset to manually here to make some variations. So maybe we can download some other fencing assets. So I go to the Fab Marketplace again. So here you can see that some of these nice fencing assets. so we can download them. So I have downloaded some of these fence asset and now I'm going to manually use them. So maybe we can use this one over here. Okay, and now we're going to put some of these plants grow inside this fence here. So again, for this I'm going to use the PCG system. Okay, so as you can see that I put those plants over here using PCG, and also we can put some of these ground vegetations here. So for this I'm going to use some foliage system. So for this we go to the selection mode, go to the foliage, and here I'm going to put some ground vegetations here. So we're going to select some of these ground plants. So maybe use this one and just drag it over here like this. And also we go to brush size, we're going to decrease the brush size to 50 here, and go to the paint density, we're going to increase it all the way 1, and then we're going to select those ground vegetations. Then we go down here, and first I'm going to paint here so we can see the density. So maybe we can paint over here like this. So the density look nice, so I'm going to not changing the density here. Maybe we can decrease the scale. So we're going to select those 3 plants here. Then we go down to the X scale. We're going to decrease the scale to maybe 0.5 and here 0.8. And then we're going to paint here. Okay, and now finally we're going to use one more PCC system to put some grasses over this landscape area here. So again I go back to our foliage system and I go to the outliner section and click outside here. Then we again go to the PCC system, select this draw spline surface, and I cover this area here. Okay, so as you can see that I put those vegetations by using the PCC system. And also one thing we can also do, we can select this PCC system here and we press G. Then we go to the PCC system, select this draw spline surface and we go down here, and here you can find this option called this edge fall of scale minimum. We enable this one, and if we decrease the value we can get the gradual fall off to the edges here. So we can decrease the value here. So now as you can see that we get small assets to the edges here. Okay. So now you can see that we get small plants or small ground vegetations over these edges here. Okay. So this look nice for now. Just click on this accept and you go back to our selection mode. Okay. And now we're going to put some boulders over here and there. So for this we're going to download some boulders, and I'm going to download these boulders from Megascans. So these are the boulders asset that we downloaded from Fab, and now I'm going to scatter them over these river banks by using the foliage system. So for this again I go to the selection mode button and select the foliage system, and then we're going to use those boulders here. So maybe select this one and this one, and then we place it over here. And first I'm going to put some boulders over here so we can understand the density. So we come over here. And also we're going to disable the water plane. So we go to the outliner section and in the search bar we type for plane and we disable the water plane here. And as you can see that the boulder size is too high. So we're going to delete them. Then we come over here and select all these three boulders here. Then we go to the scale switch here and we decrease the value to maybe 0.2 to minimum and 0.5 to maximum here. And let's paint. So I think the size is right now. But one thing, the density is too high. So maybe we can decrease the density as well. So we go to this density and we decrease it to maybe 20 here. So first we're going to delete them. So we come over here and we're going to increase the brush size and we delete them. Then again we paint. Okay, so the density look nice here and we start painting here like this. And then also we have other boulders asset here. So maybe we're going to use them. So we select these three here and place it here. And this time we're going to decrease the scale a little bit more. So we select all of them and we go down here. And first we're going to reset the scale switch and we decrease the value to minimum to 0.1 and the maximum to 0.2 here. And also we're going to increase the density. So first we reset it. Then we're going to increase the density to 500 here. So now if we paint over here, maybe we can decrease the size little bit more. So we put over 0.05 and 0.1 here. Maybe we can delete them and we start painting here like this. Okay, so as you can see that I put very small rocks over here and there. Okay, and now again we're going to enable our water plane. So we go to this outliner section and just enable it. Okay, and now with the small rocks you can see that the water area look really amazing here, and also these bank rocks also look nice here. So maybe we can put some of the rocks over here as well. So maybe we can put some rocks here. Okay, so instantly you can see that with those rocks this area look really amazing here. Okay, so again we will go back to our selection mode, and now manually we're going to put some trees over here. So maybe we can put some trees here. So we go to this content browser again and disable the static mesh filter. Then we go up and we go to this folder. Again we enable the static mesh, and then we're going to put some trees manually over here. So maybe we can use this one here. And also maybe we can extend the river bank over here a little bit. So for this we go to this landscape mode again, and then we go to the sculpt mode here, and also we decrease the brush size, and we can sculpt over here. And then we go to this flatten tool, and we're going to flat this area like this. And also we go to the smoothen tool here and smooth the edges here. Okay, just like that. Okay, then again we go to our selection mode, and we put some trees over here as well. So maybe we can put this one here. And also we can make a small island over here. So for this again we go to the landscape mode again and do the same thing here to make this area a little bit higher here. And also we can put some of the trees over here as well. So again we use the same technique, so maybe we can use this tree here. And then also we can make some tree systems over here as well. So for this again I'm going to use the PC system. Okay, and also we come over here and we select this PCC system, press G, and maybe we can place this blind point a little bit higher here. Okay, and now maybe we can change the roof color here. So maybe we can select the roof here, and also we deselect the static mesh filter, and then we go to its material. So we go to the fab here, then we go to open the megascans folder, go to the surface and enable the material instance, and here we use this roof material. So just double click to open this material, then we go to the base color here, go to the base color tint, go to this color wheel, and maybe we can change the color here. Okay, just like that, and save it. And also we go to the specular and we decrease the specular here, and we close this window. And now also we can put some trees manually over here. So again we go to this tree folder, so we select any tree from here. So maybe select this one, and we click on this find icon here, and maybe we can put some trees manually over here. Okay, and now we're going to download some other mountain assets. So for this, again, I go to the Fab Marketplace. So for the other mountains, I'm going to use this landscape background asset here. Just click on this add to project. And after download the mountain pack, we can go down here to the content browser. And here you can get this folder called this photorealistic backgrounds. And we disable the static mesh filter. Then we go to this mesh folder, and we go to this modular summer, and then we enable the static mesh filter again, and here you can get those mountains here. So maybe we can use one of them. So first we come over here and maybe use this one, and as you can see that the mountains are quite big. So we're going to scale this down. So we press R and we decrease the scale like this, and then we're going to place here. And also we can scale the Z axis like this. Okay, and also we can duplicate it over here. Okay, so now we're going to download some assets from Epic Game Marketplace to design our level. So for the different props, I'm going to use this asset pack called this Medieval Village Megascan Sample. And after download, we get this project file. So just open this, and once it open, you can get so many assets from here. So let's see what we can get. So first we go over here and go to this content folder, and here from you can get those assets. So maybe we can choose some of them. So maybe choose this one and this one. Okay, so I have select some of the asset from here, and now we're going to migrate them. So just right click on it. Then we go to the asset action and click on this migrate. Then we go to our actual project directory, which is called this tutorial, and we select our content folder. Then click on this select folder. And after that, maybe we can download some other assets from here. So first we go over here and we can get this particle system here. So we select this particle system and then we go to the details panel here and we click on this find switch. And here you can get this particle system. So we just right click on it and again we migrate this. So we go to asset action and click on this migrate. And also we have this scarecrow asset here. Just click on it. Then we right click on it and click on this browse to asset. And here is the asset. Just right click on it. Click on the asset action and click on this migrate. So these are the assets that we are going to collect from this project, and then we're going to close this project. And now we're going to use those assets that we just migrated. So first we come over here and we're going to put some assets over here. And in order to get those assets in a single place, we come over here to this Megascans folder and enable the static mesh filter. So here you can get those assets. So as you can see that we get those fern assets. So maybe if we come over here, we can put those ferns here and there. So we can use the foliage system to put those ferns here and there. So for this, we go to the selection mode button and go to the foliage system. So maybe we can also use those dead trees here. And for here, we can have some of the ground assets that we downloaded from Fab Marketplace. So for this, we go to this Fab folder here. And then we go down and we have some of the nice ground assets. So maybe use this one. So first we come over here and use this one over here. And we're going to increase its scale. And we're going to flatten up. So we go to the scale switch and decrease the Z scale axis. Okay. And also we're going to darken up the color of this asset. So we're going to open the material. So we select this asset. Then we go to the details panel and open the material from here. And we go to the base color, expand this, and we go to the brightness and we decrease the value. Okay. Then we're going to save this one and close this. And then we're going to place it over here and there. And also we have downloaded a scarecrow, so we're going to use it here. So for this, we go to this content folder and we disable the static mesh filter and enable the blueprint class filter. And here is the scarecrow, so we're going to use it here and we're going to increase its scale little bit up. Okay, and also we can put some of the trees over here. So we select this tree and we click on this find switch and we go to this folder and enable the static mesh filter. Okay, so as you can see that how easily we can fill this area by using the PCG, and also we can put other small plants over here. So again we go to this Megascan folder again and we go up to get those fern plants here. So maybe we can put them over here or we can use the foliage system. So we go to this foliage mode and we going to paint over here. So maybe we can increase the scale of some foliages here. So we select those ferns here and we go down and we increase the scale. So minimum scale to 0.5 and the maximum is also 0.5. So now we're going to start painting here. Okay, and also we're going to extend these ground assets over here as well. So we go back to our selection mode and then we're going to extend this ground asset here. And also we can put some of the wooden beam over here. So for this we go to this fab folder here and we have this wooden stair model here. So we're going to use it. So we place it over here. And also you can design this area by using the different asset. So this is all up to you. So I'm just showing you that how you can do this. And also we have a Niagara particle system. So we're going to use it on these chimneys here. So in order to find the asset, we go to this 3-line option and enable this Niagara system filter here. Then we disable the static mesh filter and we go to this content folder and here you get the Niagara system. So maybe we can put it over these chimneys here. So we just bring it over here and also we can put it here as well. Okay, and now finally I'm going to put some other ground assets. So for this I'm going to download a asset. So I'm going to use this one, that is the Megascan forest path. But unfortunately this asset is not available in Fab. But if you add this asset in your library previously, you can access it. So it is totally optional. Just click on this add to project. And after download, we disable the Niagara system filter. And we go to this MS forest tube folder and enable the static mesh filter. And here from we can get those assets. So first we're going to convert them into a nanite mesh. So we select them all, right click, go to this nanite and enable nanite. So we can use the foliage system to place those assets over here. So we go to selection mode and go to the foliage. And first we're going to select those sticks and add them here. And then we're going to paint it here. But as you can see that we put some static meshes over here. So we're going to enable the static mesh here. So we can paint over this static mesh. So we come over here and we start painting here like this. Okay, and also we have those falling leaves assets here. So we also going to use them. So we select those falling leaves and drag it here. And then we're going to disable those sticks here and only select those ground falling leaves. Then we go down. And here you can get this option called this align to normal. We're going to disable it. So it can place flat here. So as you can see that with those falling leaves and those falling sticks, this area look very organic now. Okay, and also we have these small grasses here, so you also going to use them. So maybe use this one and this one, and then we go up here and we drag it here like this. And then also we first disable the falling leaves here and only select those grasses here. So these two grasses we're going to use, and then we go down, and first we're going to increase the density to 500 here, and then we're going to start painting here. And maybe we can put some smaller grasses to these edges here. So for this we're going to delete some of these grasses to the edges here, and here we're going to decrease the scale of these grasses. So we come down here and we decrease the grass size here, and then we're going to paint it again. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now you can see that this area look nice here, and also we have some of this rock assets, so we can put them here. So for this we go back from our foliage system, then we go to this Megascan folder, and maybe we can have some of these nice assets here. So maybe we can put this dead tree over here, and also we put these stumps over here. So it's all depends on you that how you design this area here. And also if we go to this fab folder, and here we can get some of these nice ground assets or rock assets here. So maybe we can put them here and there like this. Okay, so this is how you can design the area. So if we change our directional light position, so we press Ctrl and L and we change the directional light position here, you can get this kind of nice view here. Okay, and now finally I'm going to put some of the fog cuts over here and there. So for the fog cuts, we go to this content browser and disable the static mesh filter, and here you can get this materials folder. Just double click to open, and here you get this fog cuts folder. Just double click to open, and here is the fog cuts. And in order to apply those fogs, we go to this box option, and then we go to the shape, click on this plane, and then we're going to apply this material over this plane. So first we're going to increase the scale of this plane like this, and also we're going to rotate this, and on this plane I'm going to put a fog material. So this is the material and this is the material instance. So we're going to use the instance here. So we just drag and drop to this plane here, and then we're going to reposition our plane. So we place it over here, and also we're going to increase the scale. So we go to the details panel and we go to the scale switch and we increase it to 300 here. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to rotate it like this. And then also we're going to adjust the material. So we just double click to open this material instance. And then we go to the base opacity contrast and we're going to increase the value. Okay. Then also we go to this dynamic opacity control, and here you can get this facial control. Just increase the value here like this. And also we go to the depth fade and we're going to increase the value. Okay, so we place our plane over here. And also we duplicate it over here like this. Okay, so we come down over here. And we can get this kind of nice fog here. Okay, so this is how you can design this scene. So we save these settings. And one thing that in my actual video, I use the Ultra Dynamic Sky. So the Ultra Dynamic Sky is a paid asset, but if you have it, you can also use the Ultra Dynamic Sky to get a nice result here. So lastly, I'm going to use the Ultra Dynamic Sky to replace our conventional sky and show you that how it look with the Ultra Dynamic Sky. And in order to use the Ultra Dynamic Sky, first we're going to remove the existing sky system here. So we go to the outliner section and we go to the search bar and type for sky. So you're going to delete the sky atmosphere and the skylight. Then also we go to the search bar and type for directional light. And we delete it. Then also we have our fog system. So we type fog and we delete the exponential height fog. And finally, we're going to delete the volumetric cloud. So we type cloud. And here we get this volumetric cloud. So we're going to delete it. Okay. Then we go to this Ultra Dynamic Sky folder and go to the blueprints. And here you can get the Ultra Dynamic Sky. So again, this is a paid asset. So if you have it, you can use it. So we just drag it to our scene here. And instantly you can get this kind of nice sky system here. And first we're going to reposition the sun. So we go to this details panel and here you can get this time of day option. Just increase or decrease the slider here to get the sun in position. And also we can manually adjust the sun over here. So in the search bar we type for sun. Then we go down here. And here you can get this option called the sun yaw, sun pitch and the vertical offset. So first we go to locate our sun over here. And then we're going to change the sliders here. So first we go to the sun yaw. And also we go to the sun pitch. And also we're going to clear this search bar and we go up. And we go to this time of day. We can place our sun over here. So this is our sun and again we go to the search bar and type for sun. And then also we come over here and you go to the sun yaw. And also go to pitch. And then we go to vertical offset. So we can put our sun over here. Okay. And maybe also we can place the sun over here like this. Okay. So in that way, we can also get some of this cloud shadow here. And in my actual video, I put some clouds over these mountains here. So in order to do that, we go to clear this search bar here and here we type for cloud. And then we go to this cloud bottom altitude. We're going to decrease the value here. So in that way, some of the clouds are on over these mountains here. And also we can clear up the sky a little bit. So we delete this search bar here and we go up. And here you can get this option called this cloud coverage. We can decrease the value. So you can get the less cloud over here, or maybe we can increase the value a little bit. Okay. And also we go to the sequencer tab and we increase the current aperture value here. Okay, so this is how you can use the Ultra Dynamic Sky as well. And also when you use the Ultra Dynamic Sky, make sure that you enable the volumetric fog. So again, we select our Ultra Dynamic Sky. And then we go to the details panel and in the search bar, we type for volumetric fog. And here is the volumetric fog option, just enable it. So in that way we can get this kind of nice volumetric fog into our scene here. Okay, so this is how you can use it. And now finally I'm going to change some settings to our camera. So maybe first we come over here, maybe we can decrease the volumetric fog amount. So we go to this volumetric fog extinction and we decrease the value here like this. So now you can see that this look nice here. Okay, so maybe if we come over here, you can get this whole scenery here and it look really amazing here. Okay, and now I'm going to change some settings to our camera first. So we select our camera component and we clear the search bar here and we go to this lens settings, go down, and here is the option called this squeeze factor. So we're going to increase it all the way up to the 2 here. And then also we go up to the film back option and we go to the sensor width and we're going to divide this value by 2. So we just type divide and press 2 and just click outside here and we can get this frame size here. And then also we go down to this bloom setting. We're going to enable the bloom and we change the method from standard to convolution here. And also we go to the intensity and we decrease the intensity very less here. Okay. Then also we go down here. We go to this chromatic aberration and we're going to enable the intensity and also put the value of 0.5 and also go to the start offset. We're going to put the value of 0.5. Okay. So in that way we can get this chromatic aberration to the edges here, not the middle of the frame here. Then also we go down, we go to the lens flare option and we enable this lens flare. So we can get this kind of nice lens flares here. And also we're going to decrease the intensity. So we put 0.1 here. So we can get very less amount of lens flare here. Okay. Then also we go down to this image effects, expand this. We're going to enable little bit of vignette effect here. Okay. Just like that. And then also we go down and we go to this color grading and we go to this mid-tones, expand this. Then we go to the gain, enable this, also expand this. Then we going to change the slider to this bluish side here a little bit. So we can get little bit of bluish tint to our scene here like this. Okay. And then also we go down here, go to this film grain option, enable this, and we're going to put little bit of grain to our scene. So we put 0.5 over here. So we can get little bit of film grain over here. Okay. So this is the camera setting that we do over here. And now finally I'm going to show you that how you can put some bars over here and there. So for this again I'm going to download a asset pack from Fab. So for the bird effect I'm going to use this rural Australia pack. Just click on this add to project. And after download the asset we can get this rural Australia folder here. And if we go to this FX folder, go to the bird and here you can get those bird assets here. So maybe we can put some birds over here. So we come over here and we put this bird effect here. And here you can get those birds here. So we can use the multiple particle system over here and there. So you can get this kind of nice bird effects here. And one thing also you can do that if we come over here and we can put the wind effect to the scarecrow here. So initially you can see that the scarecrow is not moving here. So we can put a air system to make the airflow here. So we go to this box option here and in the search bar we type for wind. And here you can get this wind directional source option here. Just drag it to our scene here like this. Okay. And now if we come over here to the simulation tab and go to this 3-line option. And if we click on this simulate and then we reposition our camera to over here And now you can see this kind of nice air movement here. So maybe our scene goes dark here. So this is how you can put the wind. And when we just close the simulation here, so just click on this red button here. And you can see that the air is not affecting the scarecrow here. But don't worry, when you render it, the wind will affect the scarecrow here. Okay. And you can also download this project file for free from my Patreon. So link in my video description. So, and now I'm going to show you that how you can make a nice camera animation here. So we go to the sequencer tab and maybe we can make a 10 seconds long video. So for this, we go to this FPS switch and we go to the show time as and we select the seconds option here. Then we go to this time option and we put 10 over here. So this is our 10 seconds timer here. So we click on this red switch to extend our timeline, and also we're going to extend our camera card like this, and also we put some extra frames over here for these warm-ups. Okay, so we can start from here. So we go to this camera transform and make a keyframe here, and then we go to this keyframe and right click on it and we change the interpolation method to linear here, and we also go to this option and we change the default interpolation method to linear, and also click on this automatic key switch here. Then we go to the very end frame by clicking over here, and we can put our camera over here. And now if we play, you can get this kind of nice camera animation here. And now I'm going to show you that how you can render this. So in order to render it in a high quality, we're going to enable a plugin. So we go to the edit, go to the plugins, and in the search bar, we type for movie render queue. And here you can get this movie render queue plugin, just enable it, and also enable the movie render queue additional render passes. Click yes. And then we have to restart our engine. Just click on this restart now and also save our progresses. And after restart, we go to the window, then we go to the cinematic and click on this movie render queue. Then we go to this render tab and we select our actual sequence. So in this case, tutorial sequence is the actual sequence. Then we go to the settings tab and go to the unsafe config. And first we're going to delete the JPEG sequence. Then we go to the settings, go to the anti-aliasing, and we put the value to this temporal sample count to 16 here. And also click on this override anti-aliasing. Then also click on this warm-up frames here. Then again we go to the settings, we go to the color output, go to the misc, and enable the disable tone curve option here. Then again we go to the settings, we go to the games override, and you don't need to change anything here. Again we go to the settings, go to the high resolution and enable this override subsurface scattering. Then again we go to the settings and we select the EXR format for our scene. And then finally we go to the output, and here from you can select the output directory where you want to save your renders. And here from you can also change the resolution that you want. The default is Full HD, but you can also change it to 4K as you want. Then you can go to this use custom frame rate, enable this, and here from you can change the frame rate as you want. Then just accept all these settings here and then click on this render local to render your scene. And also if you want to know that how you can arrange those EXR sequence into a video file, you can watch my previous tutorial on that, and I'm also gave the tutorial link in my video description. So this is how I make my actual video. And if you watch the promo video, you can see that I put so much detail in there. So this is all up to you that how you can put some assets here and there to make the details. And in this video, I'm just show you that how you can make this kind of scene. So I hope you get the idea. So if you like this video, I recommend to check my other videos. And if you like those videos, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. So this is for today, and you will see in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.